Let's just see how this goes. Okay. Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live with Roxy, Boston edition. I am back east for another few days. I'm already dreading leaving. I love being here. But I wanted to go live and talk with you guys today about a couple different things. We've been talking a lot about entertainment news over on my call-in show that's Live with Roxy. If you want to hear things going on in the entertainment world, but on this show, I like to talk about things going on in my life, your life, etc. So streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer if you have things that you want to say. I want to specifically talk about dating apps today. I know that I've spent a lot of time talking about dating apps and dating and all different things that I'm going through and that you guys are going through. A lot of you guys are single, or a lot of you guys are in open relationships, or a lot of you guys are happily with your partner, and we've got everywhere in between. And for anybody who doesn't know, you guys know that I am single. And that is something that recently I've been like, okay, do I need to be doing everything I can to be finding my person? And I think it's really difficult because I am right now home in Boston. And so for my Friendsgiving, I went to my friend who's engaged place with him and 20 of my couple friends that are married with kids, and I am not in that place. And so it can be very challenging. And when I'm here, it just feels so different than when I'm in LA. When I'm in LA, the problem for me is that I'm working so many hours and I'm working so fucking hard, as you guys know. I do this show. I do Live with Roxy. I do the World Girls. I do the Big Thing. I do Only Stupid Answers. I do Rotten Tomatoes. I do different things for Skybound and Screen Junkies still. I do extra things for the World Girls like the calendar. I audition. I'm an actress. I manage the interns for AfterBuzz and the social media and all that stuff. I'm just doing a fucking ton. And so on my nights off, I either want to be with my friends and kick it, or I'm going to networking meetings. I'm meeting with writers and directors, and I'm going to grab drinks with all different people in the industry. So it is very difficult to prioritize dating, and it's hard to find time to even think about it. And when I'm home, I'm thinking a lot about it because I do want to find my person. But I have kind of picked a different path right now, which is that I'm so career focused at the moment that it is challenging to give any of my focus to my love life. And I know that this is relatable for some of you and not for others of you, but that's the current state that I'm in. So when I'm back home, I kind of rededicate and I'm like, okay, Rox, you gotta like this is something you care about. So it doesn't have to be your number one priority, it doesn't have to be your only priority, but it does have to be a priority if you are somebody who would like to find somebody. So you guys know I downloaded Hinge like a week and a half ago. It's my first time on that app. I was on another dating app for the last 6 months, but it was like I think it's not a real dating app because they only send you 5 people a day and they're from all over the country. So like the chances of meeting up with somebody are so slim. I met up with 2 people. They were both nightmare situations. So everybody kept saying to me, get on Hinge, get on Hinge. My closest friends in LA, the ones who kids call me Auntie Roxy, they met on Hinge. I have a lot of friends who have met there. One of my other best friends who works at Netflix. Just a lot of my people have met that way. And my brother met his wife on an app. I just believe that these apps are kind of like a part of dating these days. And I've just been not been doing that. And I've been hesitant to do it for many reasons. And we're going to talk about how that's actually manifesting now. But I decided, okay, let me just fucking get on this and see how it goes, because Steph had got on it recently and she said it was really going well for her. And I'm like, okay, let me just fucking try this. Let's see how it goes. I'm struggling on here, my dudes. Who of you guys are on the apps? Who aren't? Let me know. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in your thoughts throughout this entire episode. So one of the things that I'm really struggling with is what I do for a living, because What happens when she calls? I went away. That's so fucking weird. Hopefully I'm back. So anyway, I was, or can you guys, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me again. And she FaceTimed, you guys blacked out. I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, so hopefully you guys are here. Let me see. You guys are not chatting right now, so we shall see. John said the apps are super superficial. Doctor said stream killed by incoming call. Lord of Darkness says that was odd. Am I back? Or no? Nope, there was nothing. You're good. Okay. So here I am. Oh, you can hear me. Great. So one of the things that's very difficult for me with being on the app, and I don't know how to say this without sounding pretentious, but you guys know me and you know my soul. So hopefully you guys just understand is what I do for a living. Number one, what I do for a living is very difficult to explain. If you're watching this show, it's very likely you understand what I do for a living because you've been following me for anywhere from a day, few days to 13 years, because that's how long I've been doing this. So like I talked about at the top of the show, I do all of those shows. I work as an entertainment host, but I don't usually do red carpets or junkets. I've done them before. I also work as an actress. I also write. I work in the entertainment industry. I also produce mostly for the World Girls and for AfterBuzz. I do a lot of different things. And so most of those things are being talent, which you can feel somebody roll their eyes about if you say it, that that's what you do, that you're an actress or a host or on camera talent. You can feel on the dating apps people fucking roll their eyes at that, which I actually get because there, a lot of people in LA fucking suck and a lot of talent fucking sucks. But I don't suck. So it's hard to tell people that. And then number two, I wonder if you guys are going to understand this part. And again, it's the first time I'm explaining this, so I don't know if I how exactly to say it, but I feel like I live so much of my life so publicly. You know, I tell you guys so much about me. I tell you guys so much about like the inner workings of my soul and everything going on that I don't, there's a couple of parts to this. Number one, I don't want somebody I'm dating learning about me through this medium. Like, it's not fair to me for somebody I'm starting to see to be watching my shows or to learn about who I am because of what I'm telling you guys, because that puts us at a weird, in a weird position. And also, I don't want other people to know the exact person I'm dating until something is more solidified. And so, for that reason, it's been very difficult. Number one, several people that have liked me, we have been messaging, and then they've admitted, I'm a big fan of yours. And it's so flattering, but it's not, it doesn't feel right to me to start a relationship. You know, I'm still small enough that, you know, if you're fucking Simu Liu, shout out, you're not probably going to find somebody who doesn't know you. And that's just part of what you have to deal with. But for me, it feels like we're starting on uneven fucking playing field when somebody says that to me. It makes me feel not good, like I'm taking advantage of a situation, even if I don't mean to be. I just don't like it. And number two, I know that they know so much more about me than I know about them. And that's a really weird place to start a relationship. It's just challenging. And then also, I'll tell you guys what happened today with this guy. Um, that just made me uncomfortable. And I don't know if I navigated the situation correctly. I don't know that I navigated it incorrectly. I did the best I can. I'm new to this, so who the fuck knows if I'm doing this right? But yeah, that's what's going on. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. What's going on with you guys? Send in those Streamlabs. We are coming up on the holidays. I appreciate your guys' support as I am home with the fam. Okay, let's see. Um, hmm, Nothing today, but the other day I got a Streamlab from Abel who said you're funny and adulting very well. I have one close person in my life named Abel, and I wonder who that, if that's who that is. Perhaps it's not. I don't know if I'm adulting very well. Send in those Streamlabs, send in that support. Appreciate you guys. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strayer. Okay, so here's what happened with this guy today. We've been messaging back and forth for a couple of days on Hinge. And I liked him because I'm going to give you guys a full picture. I'll tell you guys about a couple of the guys that I've been messaging with. I liked him because he was cute. He's in the industry, but not in the part of the industry I am. So, like, I thought maybe he'd understand more what I did, but also doesn't do exactly what I do. He is liberal, which so many people on here are moderate or conservative. It's a little concerning. And he smokes weed, and that's matters to me. And his pictures were all doing fun things. Okay, I'm like scrolling through right now, and so I just liked him. Our conversation was going pretty well, although we were kind of like, I can't tell what's cute flirting and what's bickering sometimes. And what can start as cute flirting come sometimes and feel like bickering, and some men do that. And I'm like, I can't tell. I can't tell exactly uh, how I feel about this right now. So anyway, he asked me for my number because I was like, okay, we've been talking for a few days. I think I'm probably going to go on a date with this guy. So he asked me for my phone number. So I gave him my phone number, and we're messaging on, or text messaging now at this point. And he says to me, let me read it. Oh, he's asking me what I do. And he says he works in the entertainment industry. What I know what he does because it says it on his bio. Mine doesn't say what I do on my bio. And I said I also work in the entertainment industry, and he said, "What part of the entertainment industry?" And I said, "I'm more on the talent side." And he said, "Are you an agent?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Why are you being so cagey?" And I said, "Sometimes I feel like when I tell somebody that I am the talent, or I work as an actress and a host, people get a little weird, and I'm not meaning to be cagey." And then he wrote again something like, "Why are you being cagey?" And I was like, "I just told you." And he was like, "Okay." And then he was like, "Well, what project are you working on right now?" And it starts to feel kind of like a job interview where I'm like, oh gosh, like that's the hard part about LA. So I said, "I'm working on several projects right now. How about you?" So he answered a little more, and then he asked me for TV recommendations. So I was like, oh, this is totally my rep. I give TV recommendations as part of my jobs. And he was like, "For what companies?" And he had asked me several times who I work for, which was a little confusing to me why he wanted to know so badly who I work for. But I listed a couple of the places that I worked. And then the next thing I know, I'm giving him Rex, and then he says something. Let me actually just pull up the exact words. So he says, "You're tough." Oh, he had said something that I didn't correct it. He said, okay, "Can you keep a secret?" Because he worked for one company and I recommended a show for another company. And he said, um, it was just a little secret. I'll tell you the big one on our first date. So I wasn't trying to correct him. I just wrote, "You have one big secret." And he said, "Star a big one." And then he wrote, "You're tough." So I said, "I don't find me to be tough, but I'm definitely very East Coast, and I'm not sure that's going to mesh with his family's 4 generations in LA, with your 4th-gen LA, to be fair." And he writes back to me and he says, "I think it will mesh quite well. Also, you've already received a couple thumbs up recommendations from our mutual friends." Now, I don't have my Instagram linked. I have not given this person my last name. He has not asked for either of those things. So I wrote back, question mark. And he wrote, "We have mutual friends." And I said, "You don't even know my last name." And he said, "So says Instagram, you're Roxy Stryer. I mean, your name, you're an on-camera personality for," and then writes the companies that I said. This one, he said Rotten Tomatoes. "It wasn't very hard to find you." So I said, "Strange." And he said, um, so I said, "Strange. That's why you were so intent on asking me what I did." And he said, um, "No, I was genuinely curious. You said you were working, so I felt like asking you it was a normal question. Evidently not, though." Okay. So then this is what happened next. I just decided to be honest with him about how I felt. And I said, Feels uncomfortable to me that you asked me what I did and then you Googled me and then found me on IG and then reached out to multiple of our mutual friends to ask about me before we've even set a date. I'm super new at this, but I don't love that. And then he had a really sweet response, which I have not responded to yet. He said, "Oh, I see what you mean. Genuinely didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. So I'm very sorry that I did. I think it was more excitement for me because I really enjoyed talking to you so far. So was a little over eager. It's refreshing when I actually do have mutual friends with someone from a dating app because it doesn't happen all that often. Uh, but when you frame it that way, I see what you're saying." And then I didn't respond yet. And then he says, "Feels like you got the ick here, but hoping my dumb move can be forgiven and overcome." And I'm like, I totally understand. To the other guy that I'm talking to that I think I'm going to meet up with, I said to him, "Hey, can I have your Instagram handle and your full name? Um, in order to go on a date with you." I said yes to the date and then said, "Can I get your full name and a social media handle of yours so that I can send it to my friends in case I end up in a ditch?" Because as a woman, but again, as a person, you're meeting up with a stranger. So I think it's completely valid to take like certain security protocols. But I, and so I don't think it's weird that he wanted to know who I was before going out. I do think it's strange to reach out to multiple people I work with because all of the people are people who must be in the industry and reach out to them and to ask about me. I just was like, I don't know. And so things like this keep happening to me where it's like I'm getting ready to say yes to somebody. I want to meet up with them. And then something a little off or weird happens. Now, the nature of online dating is fucking weird. It's uncomfortable. And I'm not used to this. And humans aren't used to interacting this way. I mean, we're not supposed to, this is, especially of my gen, it's not how we came up. Yes, we had AIM and stuff, but like dating apps, that's not how we started dating. And so I don't know. I just am feeling like, is this the right time for me even to try to find my person when all of this seems to be so like much energy when really what I'm trying to do right now is have a kick-ass fucking career. What do you guys think? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. How are you guys doing? Who's on the apps right now and how's it going for you? For any of you who have been there longer than me, is there hope? Is there not? How does this all work? All right. In the Streamlabs, always low Lloyd said, "Dating apps are hard, Roxy. Good luck out there." Thank you, friend. Glenn says, "Hello, Roxy." And then he says, "Have a day of the week. It's up to you to decide how you feel. And thank you for hanging out with us." And he wishes love to my family. Appreciate you. And he says, "If you choose to, breathe in golden sparkles and blow out stress and yucky energy." And then he says, "To be brave, be you, be awesome because you are." Thank you, Glenn. Telecommon says, "Hats off to you for going through the mess. I still have a couple apps just sitting there for whenever I'm ready to take another crack at a relationship. It's hard, my dude. It's hard." Glenn says, "May you each get to feel the love and energy and sparkles every day. Be you." And then he says, "Rock stars, everyone listening, please say to yourself, I'm kind, caring, fully unique. I'm good people. I'm worthy. My story is important. Deserves to be seen and heard. That makes you a winner and somebody worthy of having around. Yay, go me." Thank you for that, Glenn. And thank you for that, Della Common. And thank you for that, always low Lloyd. Thank you all for all of the support. Please send in streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Yeah, scary world out there. Going through some other ones. Again, I'm super uncertain. I'm super uncertain. I like some people just use these crazy filters for every one of their photos. Some people, their first photo, here are things that I don't like so far. A lot of people's first photo is a shirtless photo of them, like mirror shirtless photo. I don't get it. But then they'll say looking for a serious relationship, and it's like, why are you at the gym in a shirtless photo is your first photo? That's how you're marketing yourself. Like that's how you want, that's who you want to click on you. That kind of bothers me. Everybody who writes, what are you overly competitive about? And then their answer is everything. That I don't get. All the filters. It's like some people's profiles, you'll look through 5 photos, you have no idea what they look like. Not that looks are everything, but just what do you look like? And are you not a confident human? Because why there's not one photo without a ton of filters on it. It's also like some conversations start and then they just end up stopping. Like I was talking to this guy and we were going back and forth and back and forth, and he seemed awesome. He was really cute, really sweet, seemed great. He was like, we should meet up. I'll reach out to you tomorrow, and then to set plans, and then nothing. A week ago, and it's like, wait, what? Like, do people just find other people or lose interest, or what happens there? What do you guys make of the story that I just told you? What do you guys think? You think I should give him a shot? I do really appreciate that he said, I genuinely didn't make you feel uncomfortable. I'm so sorry. And like that he didn't like fight back on what I said. He just was like, my bad. I hope that you still give me a shot. I really do appreciate that. But I just don't know. Like, you just don't know. Um, Yeah, I just don't know. And I think I'm in a uniquely strange position on these apps. I know a lot of people are in struggling positions, and I'm grateful that there does seem to be some people interested in me, but um, it's just hard to know why they're interested too, and like who to meet up with, who to spend your time on, how many people to go through a day, how many people should you be talking to at once, what is a red flag, what is a deal breaker, and if something starts out kind of meh, is it just worth dropping it? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Mike says it doesn't have to be picky. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah, yeah. None of you guys are talking about being on the apps. It's just not the place to be anymore. And is Hinge even the right app? That's what my friends have said. That it's the spot. Okay, Apollo in the house. He says, Roxy, trying my muse, my flame. Dating apps are hard. That's why it's better to meet someone in person or strike up connection in, say, a chat room or Streamlabs. Then meet in person and hit it off. The rest is history, girl. Choose love. I'm right here. You're funny. Appreciate you. I do think it is always nice to meet somebody in person. It always feels like a little more organic and less forced, because all of a sudden I'm having a 15-minute conversation with a stranger about Thanksgiving dinner and what our favorite meals are. And it's like, what are we doing? I don't know. Mike says, at least I know it isn't just me. So many times I'll start convos with girls on these apps and then they'll reply, and so many scammers on these apps too. I know. Yeah, it is weird. It's just like what's with that? Like it's if you haven't gone back and forth and they don't reply, I'm just assuming they're just like not much on the app or whatever. But if you guys are having like a back and forth conversation and somebody just ghosts, I think that is so tough. It's tough unless there's something that happened and they're just not sharing it, which might be the case. Maybe they not with, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Lauren says I'm on Hinge. I don't think there's anything wrong with what that guy did. Definitely something I would do if I was excited about someone. Lauren, I just think what's hard is that, like, I do, it sounds so fucking dumb, but like, I don't want, as much as I'm open with you guys about everything, I don't like usually share people's names. You guys know earlier this year I was dating somebody pretty famous, somebody who's like a celebrity, and I never said his name because I don't think that's right to him, because it's not my place to, until somebody is your boyfriend or girlfriend, to like reach out to people and be like, what do you think about this person before you've even met somebody? And not that I'm a fucking big ass celebrity, but this guy reaching out to my friends. I don't even know who he reached out to ask about me, because not because he got my information because I gave it to him, but because he dug into it. And then not just reaching out to one person, like the person he was closest with, reaching out to multiple people just feels, I don't know. I was excited to meet him and now I'm not. And so it's like maybe I still will. Maybe I'll feel better about it tomorrow. But I have the ick. And I don't know if that goes away. And like, it's not really his to share that I'm not that I'm embarrassed to be on the app because I'm not, but that like I'm talking to him to give my name like that. I just don't like it. And like, what colleagues of mine did he reach out to? Mike says, I'm on Tinder and Bumble, and the most successful time I've had was when I matched with a girl who months later I found out she was engaged the whole time. Oh my God. That's so tough. It's like, why would somebody do that? Especially to be on an app when you're engaged. Like, aren't you going to get caught? Unless you're poly, but like, otherwise, what the fuck? Telecommon says this past weekend I was having a chat with my friend that's a relationship therapist in Chicago, and it's even hard for her. She even decided that unless the guy is in therapy, she's not even interested, weeding out. Yeah, I feel that way too. Unless somebody has like done the work and is either in therapy or has a lot of tools in their shed, has gone to therapy in the past, like you gotta do the work. Glenn says, good luck on the dating apps. Here's to finding your person. Remember, rock's best person, everyone. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully you're having an awesome time at home with friends, family, and enjoying the opportunity to be you always and in always. Yeah, I appreciate you. I just don't know. It seems like everyone is on the apps. Everyone's single. I don't know that our society is better off for this. I love that people can find their person, people who might not have found their person in a different way, and it can be helpful, but feels like there's almost just too many options out there. Like the fact that we can be picky maybe isn't the best thing. Like maybe it's not great that because of this, I know that I can just say no and then there's like distractions there. Maybe we should try a little harder to like make things work. And maybe, I don't know, maybe the apps aren't for me. Maybe they are for me and I just have to learn to navigate them differently. I've just, I haven't hit my stride yet. And how long should you be talking to somebody before they say, can I take you out? Like some of that's happening very quickly. And it's like, I don't know anything about you. And then sometimes it's weeks before somebody says something. And it's like, we've talked way too much right now. There's got to be a happy medium to all that, right? And I feel like the right person will just feel that at the same time as you. But maybe that's some fucking fairy tale bullshit that I'm just making up. And maybe this isn't the right time for me to be using them. The apps, not the people. I could be wrong about that though. I truly don't know. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. Send in that support. Not going to be here that much longer as I am in Boston. It is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Today I went out to lunch with two of my best friends. The third one was supposed to go, but her kid got hand, foot, mouth disease, which is so sad. Her little hands had like bumps all over them. So that mama couldn't come. But the other ones of us went out to lunch and it was so great. And I bought both of their babies. One is a little under 2, one is under 1. These cute little outfits because I always try to give my friends little kids clothes. And it was like amazing catching up with them because I love them and we were talking about all different things. But it is so weird. Like we're talking about what classes their kids are going to be taking. Like they're taking them to like music class and what how many hours they're going to be in school and what daycares they go to and like what time their husbands are getting home and all that stuff. And it just is, for those of you guys who have friends who are all married with kids, it is wild child when you're around it and you're just like, wow, I cannot relate. And they use different abbreviations for things. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And they're so amazing to me and they're so inclusive and they try to make me feel great about it. But it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. One day, maybe. Okay, what else is going on in the Streamlabs? Mr. Oakhill says, have you ever met Emma Chamberlain or Zendaya? Also Boston or LA vibe. No, I've never met Emma or Zendaya. Wow, they're two of the most Gen Z loved human beings. And are you saying where am I? I'm currently in Boston. Are you saying what vibe I like better? Definitely Boston. I love LA though, but vibe wise, definitely Boston. Glenn says everyone who shows up to give their support whenever, however they can, even when it gets tough, you by yourself, you're not alone. Everyone is battling, keep fighting. Because you are a winner, 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 chicken dinner. And then he says, being unselfish, loving, and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, as well as being kind, caring, and fully unique, makes you humane, worthy, and a cozy fire to be near. You're fantastic, priceless treasure, and an inspiration. Thanks, Glenn. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you, especially those of you in the Streamlabs today, which is Glenn and Mr. Oakville and Apollo and Keith and Lloyd. Thank you guys all for being here. You're the shit up in this bitch. So much love to you. And yes, yes, yes. Okay, also in the super chat, Chris Limchi says, happy early Thanksgiving, Roxy. Hope you have the best time in Boston. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay. And I was hoping it was you. Guys, my friend Abel. I've actually spent many hours talking about him on this show, uh, which I've been doing for years. So I don't know if you guys remember that. Where are you in the world? What part of are you in Mass? I'm not going to dox you. Good to, I would say, see you, but I don't see you right now. Glenn says, hi, Abel. And he says, happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, honey. I talk to your family more than I talk to you these days via Facebook. LOL in the world. PLY. Oh, you can't abbreviate with somebody who hasn't been here in so long. It doesn't stick the same way. Damn. Brandy says, welcome, Abel. Look who's found the show, but just at the end because we are getting out of here. Okay, any last minute things? Let me check it out. Otherwise, I will see you guys for you. Just so you know my schedule this week. I am okay. Tomorrow we've got the World Girls. It's one of the best episodes yet. It's fucking so rad. It is our calendar episode, and it is going to be 6 o'clock tomorrow night, youtube.com/The World Girls. If you haven't already bought the calendar, get it now. It's our best one in 3 years. And the episode is so wildly funny. I am in rare form in it, so please enjoy. And then either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I will do this show one more time, and then I'll do a call-in live with Roxy on the app, call-in, CALLIN. Sunday, we aren't going to do a Patreon episode because we had doubled up on those ones. But on Monday, we will be back for the World Girls for a news weekly one. And I think those are all the places you can catch me this week. And then next week, back to normal with the big thing and only stupid answers and all that stuff. So thanks for being here with me, catching up with you guys. April, I see you this time around. Been in Boston a lot lately. Oh, you've been here a lot? For what, work? I leave in a few days, so better hop on it. And I know you have my number, and you know I don't have yours because you change numbers every single week since we were 10. All right, time to leave you guys. So much love to all of you. I think I'm going to try to pop in on Thanksgiving to do a lonely guy, lonely gal Thanksgiving to you guys. So much love to all of you, to Brandy, to Glenn, to Jimmy, to Amosis, to Lemmy, to Joseph, to Brittany, to Ryan, to my man Abel, to Mike, to Irish, to Brittany, to Leo, to John, to Chris, to Mr. Oakville, Daniel, Scott, Sam, Melissa, Carl, and everybody else. So much love to all of you guys. Stay safe, stay sane, put down the toilet seat and live. We don't want those flumes. Don't try to the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice, wherever you are on the rainbow. We love you. And oh my gosh, I'm still every day checking in multiple times a day on what's happening in Iran. So fucking sad. And these are the bravest women we've probably ever seen in our whole lives. So we'll continue to talk about that here more in the future. But today we had to talk about something really important. I love life, which is doing super fucking well. Okay, much love, my friends. Later.